Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. Today, we're going to look at a concept that wants to fundamentally change how we interact with information. A tool designed not just to store your thoughts, but to actually be an engine for your mind. Okay, let's dive right in by talking about a problem that, well, I'm willing to bet you're all too familiar with. It's a pretty big flaw in the tools most of us rely on every single day for thinking and for learning. Just think about how you use your own note-taking apps. You pour everything in there, right? Fleeting ideas, notes from meetings, highlights from articles. But where does it all end up? It just sits there, passively stored, almost never to be seen again, and totally disconnected from the actual process of thinking. It's like the slide says, our tools have become digital graveyards, where our best ideas just go to die. And that right there is the huge disconnect. Our tools are fantastic for storage. They're great at just holding on to information, but they totally fail as active partners that can help us connect, synthesize, and build on all that knowledge. They're just repositories. They're not collaborators. But what if a tool could be different? What if it could actually be an active partner in the way you think? An engine designed specifically to augment your mind? Well, this is where the Fractal Grid Notebook comes in. It's a concept from the father-daughter innovation team of Dr. Rod King and Femi King. And their whole vision is to create a brand new category of software that's built on three really powerful metaphors that just completely redefine what a digital notebook can even be. Okay, so the first big idea is what they call the Zoomable Structured Universal Canvas. Just imagine an infinite space where you can start with this huge, high-level strategic overview, and then just seamlessly zoom all the way down into the tiniest, most granular details, all while keeping the structure and the context. It's a lot like how our own minds work, right? Jumping between the big picture and the tiny details. Next up, we've got a real paradigm shift, the spreadsheet for concepts. Now, think about it. Spreadsheets totally revolutionized how we handle numbers. Well, this concept applies that same structured computational power to all the qualitative stuff, your ideas, your arguments, your strategies. And cognitively, this is huge, because when you give structure to your thoughts, it allows your brain to process them more deeply, find new connections, and turn these abstract thoughts into tangible things you can actually work with. And the third piece of this puzzle basically transforms the tool into the ChatGPT of note-making systems. So what does that mean? It means it's not a passive container anymore. It's an intelligent, interactive partner that is actively helping you generate new ideas, challenge your own assumptions, and synthesize your thoughts. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. The power of the Fractal Grid Notebook isn't in some single, giant, one-size-fits-all app. No, it's in its modular ecosystem. You can think of it like an app store, but for different ways of thinking. And what's so cool about this slide is it really shows you what that app store idea looks like. Instead of one tool trying to do everything, you have this central hub with all these different toolkits for learning, productivity, creativity, you name it. You basically get to build the exact engine you need for whatever you're working on. This lets you tailor the platform for exactly who you are. So for students and professionals, you've got specific plugins for everything, from turning a syllabus into a dynamic study guide to automatically taking your dense meeting minutes and turning them into a clear grid of decisions and action items. And it also serves creators with tools like a digital writer's room where you can map out these really complex plot lines. For the power users, you have advanced AI plugins that can generate code or even create different AI personas to stress test your logic. And there's even a whole suite for deep personal reflection, with tools like a life dashboard that helps you align your daily actions with your long-term values. Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But let's bring it back down to earth and see how it actually works. Let's look at how someone could assemble their very own personalized toolkit to solve some real-world problems. First, let's meet Maria. She is a college student, and she is facing that classic dread of finals week. You know the scene. Her desk is a mess of lecture notes, textbook chapters, a syllabus that makes no sense. She is literally drowning in information and has no idea where to even start. So Maria builds her custom FGN toolkit. She uses the exam prep grid and boom, her syllabus is instantly a visual study map. She feeds her super messy lecture notes into the Auto Notes plugin and it organizes them for her. And then the flashcard generator turns every key concept into an interactive flashcard. See how each tool is designed to solve a very specific pain point? And the transformation is just so clear. By using the right mix of tools, Maria turns this mountain of chaotic information into a structured, manageable study plan. She goes from feeling stressed and overwhelmed to feeling confident and totally prepared. Now, let's switch gears and look at a totally different scenario with Sarah. She's a project manager, and she's trying to coordinate a team of designers and engineers on a new feature launch. What she needs is a single source of truth to keep everybody aligned on the goals, the priorities, and the decisions. So, Sarah builds her project command center. The OKR manager maps out the project's high-level objectives. The to-do matrix helps the team prioritize tasks so everyone does what's important right now. And the meeting auto minutes plugin? Man, that saves her hours by automatically summarizing their discussions. So her command center isn't just a collection of documents, it's a living system where strategy connects directly to what gets done every day. The results? Her project runs like a well-oiled machine. Everybody on the team has a crystal clear line of sight from their daily tasks all the way up to the project's biggest strategic goals. It gets rid of miscommunication and saves countless hours of administrative work. So these examples, Maria and Sarah, they're hinting at a much larger vision here. They're pointing towards a fundamental shift in the future of how we all think and work with information. Ultimately, this is the fundamental transition we're talking about. We're moving away from the old way of doing things, that passive, one-size-fits-all digital filing cabinet, and we're moving towards something new, a model that offers an active partnership with our tools, that enables structured synthesis through a personalized toolkit. It is the shift from just storing information to truly interacting with it. And this leaves us with one final provocative question. The potential of these tools is just massive, moving way beyond simple note-taking to become a true co-processor for our own minds. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. If you had a personalized engine for your mind, what challenge would you tackle first?